I don't send you my answer because say I no answer. She won't hold me for trousers. I don't know what to say. Shit unbelievable. Your body madness scatter my concept. I don't know what to do. Oleku Perusi tell me where man go do. She got me acting like a fool. Trust me, I'll come for you. Cause calamity girl I'll bust for you. Man I shut down acting up too. Now them they rush me. Yeah, I'll come for you.
Gbẹ̀gìrì, Ewédú, Àmàlà, ó ń gbóná fẹ́lifẹ́li in Ìbàdàn, the anchorage of Aloore Radio.
It's 4 o'clock. This is Aloore Radio, transmitting from GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Secretariat Agodi, Ibadan. This is the world news. I am Olukemi Omotosho. First, the highlights. Governor Seyi Makinde will continue to work with Governor Seyi Makinde will continue to work with traditional rulers to tackle insecurity in Oyo State. Last suburb, Old Southwest Suburb Chairman, Oyo Union Capital Department starts CBT for 100-level scholarship applicants. Over 51 million Nigerians have enrolled for NIN, says Minister. Canada's most populous province to return to COVID-19 lockdown. Now the news in full. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde on Wednesday said that his administration will continue to work with traditional rulers in all the nooks and crannies of the state to tackle insecurity. The governor stated this while meeting with the traditional rulers and security agencies in the state at the House of Chiefs Secretariat Agodi Ibadan. Said that the security cannot work without intelligence gathering. The governor explained that the State Security Task Force was set up as a matter of emergency to address the various security challenges and ensure that the state is always on top of security issues in the state. He added that the committee would regularly link up with traditional rulers, stakeholders across all local government areas to have requisite information on happenings across locality. The governor noted that the traditional rulers have demonstrated their support to the government and showed that the security of the state is so paramount to them and must be maintained. He then sought the cooperation and support of all and sundry across the state to enable the government to have the right security information on a prompt and regular basis. The governor had directed that all local government areas in the state to be having regular security meetings at least twice in a month. Also, the Southwest Universal Basic Education Board Chairman held its quarterly meeting at the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, Maryland, Ikeja, to discuss areas of common interest and chart a new course for the basic education within the region. The meeting had in attendance suburb chairmen of 4 states, namely Osun, Oyo, Ekiti, Ogun, and Lagos. Issues at the front burner of the meeting bordered on improving basic education, proactively addressing issues on insecurity, and also to cushion the alarming indices of out-of-school children in the southwest zone. Dr. Nureni Adeniran, Oyo Chairman Suburb, and also the Dean of the Southwest Suburb Chairman, explained that the purpose of the meeting is for the state to work assiduously to develop the galvanized support for the basic education in the zones and to unify its demands at the federal level. He furthered that as part of the modalities to guard the pupils against insurgency and also protect school facilities against vandalism and theft, the board would aggressively incorporate perimeter fencing in schools, buildings, and also link up with security agencies to ensure that lives and properties are secured in schools. Honorable Wahab Alawiye King, Executive Chairman Last Suburb, disclosed the essence of the quarterly meeting is to come up with collaborative approach geared towards ensuring that every child has an unfettered access to education. He added that the most modest way in implementing universal basic education is through innovative leadership and community mobilization. Meanwhile, Oyo State government has disclosed that over 100 candidates of the state would benefit from the first tranche of Nigeria South Tomi Principal Joint Development Authority Scholarship of 100 level students in Nigeria. The executive assistant to the governor on administration, Reverend Idowu Ogidengbe, made this known in Ibadan at the venue of the computer-based test organized for applicants of the scholarship. Reverend Ogidengbe explained that Governor Seyi Makinde had insisted on opening up the selection process for all the residents of the state to ensure indigent students who were academically sound could qualify for the scholarship rather than making selections through political recommendation or other considerations, noting that the CBT would assess candidates on mathematics, English aptitude and critical thinking to give all applicants equal leverage. He noted that the scholarship was not from the Oyo State Scholarship Board, but it was followed a request to Governor Makinde by the chairman of the Nigeria South Tomi and Principal Joint Development Authority to nominate candidates for the scholarship. Reverend Ogidengbe equally reiterated the commitment of the Governor Seyi Makinde's administration in raising the bar of employment and human capital development, adding that the current Nigeria South Tomi International Scholarship was being midwifed by the Oyo State Human Capital Development Office. No fewer than 51 million Nigerians have enrolled for NIN, says federal government. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Patomi, disclosed this today in Abuja while briefing State House correspondents at the 6th edition of the ministerial briefing organized by the presidential media team at the Presidential Village, the nation's capital. Patomi warned that while the failure to obtain the NIN could lead to between 7 and 14 years imprisonment for Nigerians as stipulated by the Constitution, no one should enjoy government services without the number. He stressed that although obtaining a subscriber identity model SIM card was optional, it was mandatory for all citizens to enroll for NIN. The minister stated it was important for transactions in the country to be conducted with the NIN. He believes rather that the population census, which can be manipulated, NIN will determine the accurate numbers of Nigerians because of its uniqueness and tamper-proof. He explained that out of the figure, 50 million have completed registration while the remaining have problem of improper registration. The minister describes that improper registration of SIMs has posed a challenge at the government and has begun to address them. From the foreign scene, Canada's most populous province is expected to return to lockdown after a sharp rise in COVID-19 infections. Premier Doug Ford is said to announce that Ontario, home to 14 million people, more than a third of the country's population, will return to lockdown for 28 days from Saturday. The province has reported 2,000 new cases daily for a week, double the daily infection seen in the beginning of March. The number of patients in intensive care also rose to 421 on Wednesday, equaling the peak reached in January. Essential services will remain open with capacity limited to 50%, while non-essential shops will be reduced to 25%. Gyms and hairdressers will also be closed, although schools are expected to remain open until April 12th. However, Canada has recorded more than 982,000 cases of coronavirus as of Wednesday, with nearly 23,000 deaths. That ends the world news. But again, the highlights. Governor Seyi Makinde will continue to work with traditional rulers to tackle insecurity in Oyo State. Last suburb hosts Southwest Suburb Chairman. Oyo Human Capital Department starts CBT for 100 level scholarship applicants. Over 51 million Nigerians have enrolled for NIN, says Minister. And from the foreign scene, Canada's most populous province to return to COVID-19 lockdown. That ends the world news. I am Olukemi Omotosho.